Did I tell you guys thank you? Thank you for all of you that love my business page and follow me and tune in to these tips. Did you see the title of the video? Let's just keep it, straight, no chaser. It said, don't spend your money on this unless. And I'm talking, I'm being real transparent with you guys about an industry that I'm in. And I'm in this industry because I care about entrepreneurs, and I'm really making sure that I'm fueling you with all the ammunition that you need in order to run a successful business. I'm making sure that I'm giving you everything that you need in order to be able to make wise decisions. And so I'm hoping that you guys are taking the information that I'm sharing and like really saying, I need to next level what this is. Here's my thing. Coaching is real, right? We all need help to some degree. Sometimes we do just need a product or service here or there, and sometimes we actually need somebody to basically kind of hold our hand and walk us through some stuff and to get us out of our heads and to get us to stop overthinking things. But here is the reality, that anytime you're going to do something that is going to potentially change your life, it's okay to take 2 seconds to think, oh God, did she say that? Yes. Now, I'm not talking about when you have like inspired, motivation to do something. I'm not talking about when you got to make an intuitive, instinctive decision. I'm talking about that there's this thing going on, and it's going around right now where it's like, if you don't move quick and if you don't say something fast enough, then you're not serious. And that if you don't put it all on the line, which you should put it on the line, but that's being inflated to mean putting it on the line to the degree where you're going to be wondering where your next meal is going to come from and all of that other stuff, then that's out of order. Don't get me wrong, making the wrong decisions and having your back against the wall, it could have you in a situation where it'll pull the tiger out in you. The lion will emerge and be like, I got to do whatever it is I got to do in order to go ahead and accelerate and get to that next level. But the reality of the situation is, you should not be deliberately and intentionally putting yourself in that position. What you should be doing is sitting back and making wise decisions. I've used this example before, but I want to just use it again because I know some of you may not have soaked it in, and everybody doesn't see every video, right? But here's the thing. Some of you're like, okay, I got this great business idea. You got this great concept, and you're really, really good at what you do. And you know that it's something that's worthy of national attention, global attention. But beyond exercising your gift, what I want to encourage you guys to do is to make sure that you also understand exactly how to run a business. And when I say that, I don't mean that as an insult. Let's really think about this. You don't know how to be a business owner. A lot of you have a great skill or a great craft, but you suck with budgeting, you suck with marketing, you suck with sales, you suck with time management, and the list can go on. And all of these things are essential things in order for you to be able to run a profitable and sustainable business. So you could have all the money in the world to be able to invest in your business, but if you're emotionally unstable and every time something happens with your teenage child or your spouse and you find yourself checking out and feeling so upset that you can't write good copy, or you don't want to go live on a Facebook video or something like that, then you need some accountability in your life. You may have great time management, be very detail oriented, and know how to provide an excellent service, but if you don't understand how to save money and to actually block out money specifically for educational services, if you don't understand how you should view money, you have a poor money mindset, then you could just be doing off the wall things, all because you're just trying to prove that, hey universe, I'm ready, so I'll just throw all my money away and throw caution to the wind, as opposed to making a calculated risk. That's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs do take risk, but when they take the risk, they're usually making a calculated risk. It's one of those things where you shouldn't be struggling as a business owner. Have this concept. Let's get to that example I said I was going to bring up. You shouldn't have an explosive business idea know how to do it well, and then immediately try to get into doing Facebook ads, for instance. You don't need to know how to do a Facebook ad, because even though you know how to do what you do, if you find yourself struggling just to articulate who you are, if somebody says, well, what's your niche market? Listen to me. No matter how much you think, you don't have to define it. If you can't say, this is my title and this is what I do, without stammering and stuttering, then you need to fall back and say, okay, how confident am I in who I serve? Because you could be paying for Facebook ads out the wazoo and be targeting the wrong audience and never get anywhere with your ads, never get the attention that you're looking for. And so what it all boils down to is it's called putting the cart before the horse. And what I don't like to do is I do not like to see entrepreneurs put the cart before the horse. And I remember this one woman, she joined my Facebook group and she was like, oh, I'm just so excited. I want to do all of these wonderful things. And I'm like, well, sweetie, who are you serving? Have you taken the time to write out specifically and explicitly what you're going to be doing? Because once you do that, then you can slow down. I mean, she had a website and everything together, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't even really know how to articulate what you do. If you can't articulate what you do, then how would you know how to price it? And so by taking her through the steps, hey, whoever's watching, by taking her through the steps and saying, hey, this is how you need to define what you do. You need to really look at, if you do business this way, will it be comfortable to you, or will you find yourself resenting what you do and getting frustrated with it? Taking her through those processes, saying, whoa, slow down. Don't promote your website. Don't even try to create an opt-in or a freebie. Just slow down and define what you're doing. By doing that, we were able to fast track her to say, okay, now, now that you've gotten everything solidified and you know who you're doing, now you can create that opt-in. I mean, think about that. How many of you have created the opt-in before you had the client? Before you knew exactly who you were targeting? I remember when I was just defining myself as a life coach, because that's what I was doing, I immediately tried to create opt-ins. Opt-ins that meant jack doodle. They didn't do anything. They didn't resonate with anybody. Nobody, literally nobody opted in for it. And I just found myself going in circles. And so for some of you guys, that's what you're doing. You're taking these courses, you're listening to some of these coaches, you're doing exactly what they're saying to do. But here's the thing. You shouldn't be spending your money and time unless there has been some level of intimate conversation. That was the title of the video. You should not be spending your money unless you've had the opportunity to have some intimate time and conversation with the individual who you're getting the advice from. Because if you just come to me in general, and a lot of people don't like this, because I put posts out there and people are like, well, how do I do this? Why do I do that? I can give you a generalization, but a lot of things I can't give you an answer, because somebody might say, well, what is the main thing that I should say in order to, overcome objections in a sales conversation? I don't know. I mean, I know, but for you, I don't know, because maybe what people, listen, what you do a lot of times is you ask questions based on what you think the problem is. And so you could be asking me how to overcome objections. I could spend all this time brainstorming with you about overcoming objections, when the real issue is the fact that you never established rapport in the first place. So when you're seeking help, when you want to get this wisdom, hey, to whoever popped on, when you're seeking wisdom, you may think that you're asking for the right things and you're not. And so that's where somebody like me comes in at, and having a conversation with someone and observe. Do they or don't they ask you the hard questions? When they don't ask you the hard questions, you should run the other way. When they don't ask you the kind of questions that make you feel funny at your own stomach so that you can feel like you're getting to know them, then you should run away. You shouldn't invest in that. You shouldn't spend money on that, because you're taking a chance at spending some money to listen to some methodologies that are generalizations. You don't need any more generalizations. You need specifications specifically for your business. That's what's going to get you ahead. That's what's going to get you to the next level. So I repeat, do not spend any more money unless you get the opportunity to speak to someone who's going to give you real answers.